What's good, everybody? Today we got to talk about Target, man. Apparently, Target is hell-bent on bankrupting themselves for whatever reason. They abandoned DEI, they abandoned LGBTQ, turned their backs on everybody who supported them. They got black folks mad, they got MAGA mad. Now, I don't know about any of y'all. I find that to be really impressive because I think it's really hard to make everybody hate you at the same time. Think about that. Not even everybody hates Trump, but everybody turning their back on Target. Let's get into it. I got some great clips for y'all today.
If you've been praying on Target's downfall, keep praying because it's working. It's time to celebrate because things keep getting worse for the retail giant after they abandoned DEI. The company just reported another terrible quarter with profits plummeting 19% because they continue to lose shoppers that they once had. This sales slump is so severe that Target itself has admitted that it expects a weak and disappointing holiday season, and Target is panicking now. Target is flooding stores with thousands of new products and cutting prices after previously alienating its core customer base. Maybe the Trumpers can come to your store and buy some mugs and some knickknacks. And thankfully, it's continuing to get worse. Target stock is in free fall and is down a dramatic 43%. And do I feel bad for Target? Absolutely not. This is just the consequences of Target's decision finally coming home to roost, and they are paying the price. So if you haven't stepped foot in Target since they capitulated to that administration, keep up the good work. Companies that abandon us don't need our coin. Get somebody else to do it.
See what I'm talking about? This is exactly what happens when you try to play both sides of the fence. You end up pleasing nobody. Target said, let's roll back DEI so we can make these conservatives happy. And then the conservatives was like, nah, we ain't really rocking with that. We still don't like y'all. Meanwhile, the people who actually spend money there, moms, LGBTQ folks, black folks, they said, okay, bet. I'm gonna show you. We just gonna shop somewhere else. And now Target is out here selling 43% off the stock prices like it's a clearance rack. Let's go to clip number 2 because this next brother, he went straight from Target to like a Black Friday sermon or something like that.
I don't want you to go to Home Depot because Home Depot has been found guilty of calling ICE on undocumented individuals who are going to get supplies to build American homes. Don't do it. Don't go into Amazon. Don't go into any business that does not recognize your dignity, but only wants your dollars. I'm asking you that we've got to have Black Friday, Black Saturday, Black Sunday, and Black Cyber Monday. What does that mean? I want you to only spend your money with black businesses. Black businesses that are pulling themselves up by their own bootstraps, but are not given access to capital and not given a pathway in order to scale. If you don't know where the black businesses are in your community, go to targetfast.org. I'm going to send you a digital directory of 300,000 black businesses across the country, from Atlanta to Anchorage, Alaska. Targetfast.org.
Oh, wow. First of all, this man just preached a whole economic revival, and he ain't wrong because black businesses really don't get the same access to credit, opportunity, or funding. But let's also be real. Some of y'all here support black businesses and instantly start auditing customer service like you the IRS or something. Please relax. His point still stands though. Target made choices, and those choices have consequences. So let's get a little deeper because clip number 3 shows the real beginning of the downfall.
Target just paid the price for betraying its own customers. Target didn't just hit a rough patch. They're dealing with a mess that they helped create. Their sales have been flat for almost 4 years. They just cut around 1,000 corporate jobs, and they admitted that they stocked the wrong products for a customer base that's already stretched thin. But here's the part that the headlines keep skipping. A lot of this started when they backed away from their own DEI principles. The shoppers who actually spend that money noticed. The LGBTQ community noticed. The allies noticed. The people who liked Target because it felt welcoming noticed. And when Target tried to soften their stance to calm the outrage crowd, the customers who built their brand stepped back instead. Foot traffic dropped, trust dropped, and now the numbers are finally showing it. This isn't just an economic story. It's what happens when a company abandons the very people who kept it thriving. If you want more breakdowns like this, tap follow so you don't have to miss the next one.
Now, this is the part that Target really didn't think through. You can't spend years branding yourself as the good vibes, inclusive, safe space retail store, and then suddenly snatch all that away and expect us to keep shopping there. People gonna notice that. And once trust drops, sales drop, foot traffic drops, loyalty drops, just like they mentioned. Let's hit clip number 4, because this is where the DEI rollback gets official.
Target is pulling the plug on its diversity and inclusion programs. This comes after Trump's executive order. So let's break this down. What led to the decision and what it means for the future of corporate America? A lot to break down here. Target has announced it's ending its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, including its Racial Equity Action and Change or REACH program, which aim to invest over $2 billion in black-owned businesses by the end of 2025. This decision comes at the heels of President Trump's executive order directing federal agencies to dismantle DEI programs and encouraging private companies to follow suit. Well, Target stated that this move aligns with the evolving external landscape, but critics argue it could alienate the retailer's diverse customer base. However, many other companies are standing up to this. In contrast, Costco shareholders overwhelmingly rejected a proposal to assess the risks associated with the company's DEI initiatives. Over 98% voted against the measure, signaling strong investor support for maintaining diversity and inclusion efforts. And the decision highlights a divide in corporate America's approach to DEI, especially as some companies retreat from their initiatives under political pressure. As major retailers like Target scale back on diversity programs and others like Costco double down, the corporate landscape is at a crossroads. So what do you think about these moves? Share your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned with Benzinga for the latest updates on this evolving story.
And there it is, the corporate press release version of, we're scared of the backlash, so we just gonna fold like a third grade love letter. Meanwhile, Costco said, yeah, DEI, we keeping that. Next question. And this shows you something important. Companies don't have morals, they have metrics. And when those metrics get threatened, they panic. Because one thing about it, they don't care about the customers, they care more about the shareholders. And speaking of receipts, clip 5 is where we get into the money.
All of the companies and individuals who donated to Trump's inauguration campaign have now been released to public record. I listed some of these yesterday, however, there's a lot more to be named. Just when we thought we couldn't get any more upset with Target, here's a bombshell. They donated $1 million to Donald Trump's inauguration this year. In comparison, Walmart only gave $150,000. You know who else gave $1 million to the inauguration? The Heritage Foundation. Some other shocking donations: FedEx, Anheuser-Busch, and the brand Hims each donated $1 million. Pepsi, Live Nation, and Harley-Davidson all donated $500,000. Spotify donated $150,000. And Royal Caribbean donated $100,000. Stay tuned as I'll be posting more of the companies that made donations this year. It's a long list, unfortunately, so stay with me.
Hold up. Make sure I ain't got this wrong. Target gave Trump $1 million for his inauguration, but they cut the funding for DEI? Say, dawg, the math ain't mathing. Pepsi, FedEx, Harley Davidson, all of them cutting fat ass checks too? No wonder these companies be acting bold like that. All right, y'all, but let's lighten it for a second. Clip 6 is when you catch your own people not sticking to the boycott and you gotta call them out.
Why he got you up in here and we doing a boycott? We ain't supposed to be in here. Sis, what you doing up in here? We supposed to be boycotting. Oh, you know we ain't supposed to be up in here. You ain't here. That's what I'm talking about. I'm proud of you. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. I'm proud of you. And I came to talk to us so we can think better of ourselves. Yes.
I better wait. My daughter did say that. I'm going to wait.
It's up to you, but...
No, I appreciate you holding me accountable because I know I'm not supposed to be in here.
We supposed to be boycotting because we ain't supposed to be up in here. We boycotting. We're boycotting. No, we ain't supposed to be up in here.
Why?
Did you know that?
Wait, what?
I'm talking to my sister.
Sorry.
Say, dog, I ain't really trying to make y'all mad or nothing, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. In my experience, this is usually how the black boycotts go. Day 1, we strong. Day 2, we united. Day 3, you got somebody sneaking inside the store trying to get them some laundry detergent right quick. This was wholesome though. Funny, but real at the same time. Community accountability with a hug, if you will. All right, so let's roll the next clip. We switching sides this time. I'm about to show y'all how even MAGA mad at Target right now.
All right, Trumpers, we got something to talk about, and this has been brought to my attention, so it's been talked about a lot. The damn DEI and the damn Target, okay? I love Target with a passion, okay? I really, really do. I buy all my shit there and all that, but clearly I haven't been going as much, very little. Maybe once over the last couple months because of the DEI. And then if you notice, Target sales have just plummeted. It's you sit in the parking lot and you just watch the fuckers walk in, and there's nobody really going in these places anymore because of the DEI. It's really a fucked up situation because I think Donald Trump's messaging with all that was to be discriminatory and to be racist towards people. And then these companies were fucking fools and they just decided to go along with it. So I do agree with boycotting against it. I don't think it's right. I think that the DEI, I think that people with disabilities have an opportunity. I'm dyslexic. I've been there. I dealt with it. I know over my 35-year tenure on planet Earth, I've been semi-discriminated against, not been able to take certain positions or jobs because of me being dyslexic. So I support it. I really haven't thought a whole lot about the DEI in depth, but I had a conversation about it, and I just really think that it's super important that we say fuck the people that are not, that are going against the DEI and all that. It's super, super disgusting, and it just continues to show how much of a racist that Donald Trump is for even starting this shit. So MAGAs, thanks for fucking us. Thanks for putting us in this situation.
So look, let me get this straight. Target abandoned DEI in order to make conservatives happy, and then conservatives turned around and said, nah, we still ain't going. Now that's what I call getting hit with that okie doke. Now this is the problem with trying to appeal to people who don't even like you. That's sad. Target threw away an entire demographic for another demographic that won't even go in there and buy a throw pillow. All right, so look, in this next clip, this is when the tariffs come into play, and this part right here, well, this kind of ties everything together.
So Trump might have to return almost $100 billion in tariffs back to the American people after the Federal Appeals Court upheld a ruling by the International Trade Court saying that Trump acted illegally when he abused his presidential powers in order to blanket levy tariffs across the entire globe. Now, Trump is appealing this decision to the Supreme Court, obviously, but it'll be up to them whether or not Americans do get a tax refund from Trump illegally utilizing his presidential powers in order to make these tariffs happen. Which there is this sense of irony in all that, because MAGA has been spreading these lies for the past 6 months that Trump is going to start sending checks to people, whether they're stimulus checks or we're going to get a piece of that tariff action back to us in the form of a check. And they're kind of right at this point, but it's not because out of the goodness of the whole where Trump's heart is supposed to be, but more so that when you illegally take money from the American taxpayers, you might actually have to pay it back to them.
Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese, you can't make this up, big dog. Listen, MAGA spent months saying that Trump was going to send some checks. Turns out that if we get any money, if at all, it's only because Trump took the money illegally in the first place. And guess who those tariffs hurt the most? Retailers like Target. Prices go up, customers stop shopping, sales go down. It's crazy how simplistic it is. Now let's go a little deeper. The next clip goes into DEI a little more, but from the corporate angle.
Target! Target! Damn it, Target! Y'all, read this shit. I know y'all ain't gonna read it because folks don't like to read, so here goes some cliff notes. They making changes to belonging at the bullseye strategy, which includes ending a program established to help Black employees build a meaningful career and to improve the shopping experiences for Black people. They're also not promoting Black-owned businesses following the killings of George Floyd in 2020. They didn't stop there. And they said they will conclude the DEI goals of hiring and promoting more women and minority groups, including people of color, women, LGBTQ plus people, veterans, and people with disabilities. Who the hell is left? Who's left, guys?
Dude said, who's next? And honestly, that's a damn good question. If you roll back support for women, LGBTQ, veterans, minorities, and disabled people, that's like 75% of your customers. Who you marketing to now? Just the mannequins? But this next clip finally explains why Target is tanking economically.
Target has been struggling for years. The stock has dropped more than 25% since January. That's why CEO Brian Cornell is stepping down. He'll be replaced next February by COO Michael Fidelki, a 20-year veteran at the company, tasked with turning things around.
The big shakeup at Target comes as customers are turning away. After 11 straight quarters of slowing sales, profits have dropped nearly 20% compared to last year, while other retailers like Home Depot and La-Z-Boy have missed sales expectations. Companies say President Trump's tariffs and the trade war have begun to drive up prices of certain goods.
What does the situation at Target tell you about the health of the American consumer?
Target's retail results show one thing: consumers are under stress. And when you're under stress, you try and make your dollar go a little further. Unfortunately, if you're looking for low prices, Target isn't your first destination.
Consumer confidence in the economy has dropped 5 out of the last 7 months. Despite that, Target ended its price matching program in July as it faces intense competition from Walmart, Amazon, and Costco.
Is Target a casualty of the tariff situation?
I think all retailers are suffering from tariffs and the impact on margins. Whether they're passing it on or not is still early to say.
And the company said customer backlash to its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion programs this year has also hurt sales.
The backlash to Target's DEI retreat was real, and it really impacted the retailer in Q1. Same-store sales were down 4%, and they lost over $12 billion of market cap.
Do you think Target can win them back?
Target can win them back. I think it has to return to some of its core basics.
To keep prices in check, Target says it's negotiating prices with suppliers to sort of stave off those price increases because of tariffs. And experts do say shoppers can expect Target to lower prices on some essentials going forward. But at a time when shoppers are really tightening their budgets, those lower price options like Costco, Walmart, even Amazon are still likely to win out.
Now, this is the news segment that Target PR did not want circulating. Consumers stressed, prices rising, competition is fierce, DEI backlash is real, tariffs killing margins. This is a whole storm hitting at once. And then just to show y'all how big the fall really is, in this next clip, I'm gonna show you how big Target used to be.
How Target went from a burned down church to being worth over $100 billion. It all starts with this banker, Gregory Dayton. He bought the property of a church that had burned down. He did this to help out by giving the church time and money to rebuild. About 10 years later, he built a 6-story building on that same property, which eventually became Dayton's Dry Goods in 1903. By the 1920s, it was a multi-million-dollar company and a huge success. This company survived the Great Depression and flourished during World War II. There were many people in need, so they kept plenty goods in stock. Fast forward a few decades later, they created the first indoor shopping center. They named it Southdale Mall. A vice president named Douglas Dayton was intrigued by Kmart's success and wanted to open his own discount store. He had the idea to make a more upscale, high-end discount store. In 1962, he opened his first Target. Target had immediate success and they opened 4 stores in the first year. 6 years later, Target made $100 million in just 1 year. In the 1970s, Target was growing rapidly, which sounds like a good thing. That year, they had opened 14 Targets all at once, and it backfired. They were a bit in over their head and overstocked their stores. Target had their first negative year and was almost sold by their parent company. But after a change in management, they sold their older products for larger discounts. By the mid-70s, Target was back and their parent company's #1 producer, averaging over $500 million in sales annually. From there, they expanded and made Target supermarkets and kept growing and growing. And as of 2020, Target has over 1,300 locations and is worth over $115 billion. And it doesn't look like they're slowing down. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments which company we should do next. And as always, man, peace and love, baby.
Man, Target went from a burned down church to a $1 billion corporation and now to this. This should really be taught in business schools. This is what happens when a company loses its identity. When you forget who buys from you and how they see you and why they rock with you, you fall off. And Target is falling hard. So in conclusion, Target didn't just trip, they literally threw themselves down the stairs. This is what happened when you abandon DEI, abandon your base, abandon your morals, and still try to appease a crowd that wasn't gonna shop with you anyway. Let me know in the comments, should we keep boycotting Target, or is the community done with this company for good? Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and if you like what I was putting down, hit that sub button for your boy.